Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, Thriving Thursday, and want to welcome you back this week with our guest. Victor is coming on, and we're going to get started here. And Victor also have another guest tonight, and the guest tonight that he's bringing in with him is Jamal. So, of course, I want to say hello, Victor. Welcome back.
Hello, Larry. Hey, thank you once again for having me back on this Driving Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
All right, super, and and then I'm gonna just get a little introduction here, and then I want you to introduce our guest that we have here tonight. And so I want to let everyone know to go ahead and like and share our content here. We want to, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You'll get a notification anytime we go live. We put a new content out there, and we're trying to build this community. We're trying to build a community here on our YouTube channel. Of course, I was just speaking that we have expanded past Zoom. So I know some of you all are going to that Zoom channel and you say, wow, this is where First Home Alliance have our one-on-one. We still have some of our webinars out there. That's where you're doing your one-on-ones with your counseling sessions. But we're on a different platform. And on this platform, StreamYard, actually, we're able to go live on both YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So you'll see us out there, but we'd like for you to go ahead and like. We want you to share, and we're watching your comments. And so while our wonderful guests are speaking tonight, we're going to be able to share some very good content with you. We want you to go ahead and make some comments. If you have a question, please, we want you to get engaged. And so, of course, you know, we're not a nonprofit 501c3 First Home Alliance. We're a housing counseling agency, HUD approved counseling agency, providing you both financial literacy and homeownership education. And we want to empower you. And that's why we're partnering with great organizations, community organization, and the experts that are out there that's going to give you financial knowledge, help you be successful, whether it's homeownership or financial stability. Okay, so I want to go ahead and welcome back Victor, and then Victor is going to introduce our special guest for tonight. Victor, welcome to the
All
stage.
right. Thank you, Larry, once again, and thank you to the public for following us and commenting on our discussion. And I hope our goal is actually to bring value education to each and one of the viewers here through this platform. Thank you that I have the opportunity to do that. But today we're going to talk about a very important topic that is related with personal finances that can be, detached from it because, as a holistic approach, it is very important, and that will be protecting your income. Basically, what that means is protecting your paycheck. Where if you get sick, your paycheck might get sick too. Um, but before we get into into the topic today, I do have the pleasure to share this virtual stage with Mr. Jamil Mohammed here. He's a business partner connecting all the way from Georgia, and he's been with our campaign, and he's been a professional finance profession for at least 10 years. And through our campaign, he's been able to visit 8 different countries. That he will tell you more about it. But he's amazing, and he loves to help people, loves to help individuals, and that's why I invited him to come and to share his knowledge, his expertise with everyone. And yes, glad to have you, Jamil. Tell the viewers, a little bit more about yourself, and so we can get things going here.
Sure, absolutely. Good evening, um, good evening, everyone. My name is Jamil Muhammad. I'm hailing out of Atlanta, Georgia. I have, like Victor said, I've been a financial professional going on the last 10 years. I'm married. I have two beautiful daughters. And the family. Actually, I'm the oldest of 13, so family, surrounds everything that I do. And I'm excited today to share with you about proper protection, and I hope I can provide some value. And yes, one of the fun things about me, I do like to live life on the wild side. I've been skydiving a few times. Hopefully, I can jump by myself next time. And I've, like Victor said, I've been to several countries, all actually within the last 10 years, and that's just as a result of the knowledge and the information that you're going to get here today, and just applying it in my life and giving me more time. So thank you for having me.
All right, there you have it, Jamel. Thank you for being here once again. And yes, I like that you like to be in the wild, to live your life in the wild way. Me too. I like martial arts, so maybe I can. I mean, not maybe not as exciting as your sport there, but we have our interest there. But yes, I mean, today topics. We've been doing this series for about now a week. Every Thursday live, we have covered proper protection, saving, budgeting. But today we're going to dive into protecting your income, which is very neat in our society. And we're going to dive into some stats here to get us started. Um, Before we get started, Larry, you got any comments here? We can't hear you. You muted. Uh, you still muted. Can I hear you?
Yeah, you have to unmute, Mr. Larry. Okay. Okay. Oh, he's saying keep talking.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, to get started with this, you know, holistic topic, because, and by the way, just to remind everyone, my name is Victor Ludina. I'm here in the East in Virginia. And basically, what we do, we part of the Financial Literacy Campaign. And through that Financial Literacy Campaign, we have a mission to educate 30 million people by the year 2030. And how we do that? We have actually several workshops that I invite you, each and every one of you, to check out, because I thought, even though I went to college, went to university, I thought I had it all figured out. But when I saw those workshops, I have second thoughts, and yes, I learned a lot. So I encourage each and every one of you to come and check it out. One of the pillars, so if you will, or the blocks, we base our education on a financial foundation, and the first block is proper protection. So let me just share my information and also Jamil's, just in case any one of you want to get in contact with us, you will have that. Give me one moment here.
Yes, and I'm watching there, Victor. You can go ahead and bring that up. As soon as I see it, I'll go ahead and share it. Yes, and so I'm trying to multitask. I think some will tell you that multitasking is. Some may say that's what they're doing, but me, it's multi-switching. So I switched over. You could see me, but I couldn't see you. So
Hi,
I was
I
trying
hear
to,
you.
I was trying to check our notes out there. I want to welcome our audience, and so I'm actually checking. So the engineer tonight is actually on the stage as well. So I'm trying to do engineer work and check your comments out there. I see that you are joining us live, and so I really appreciate you joining us live on those platforms. But go ahead and send us some comments. So periodically I'll break in. If you have any questions, believe me, Victor and Jamal is going to really enjoy sharing the content with you and answering any question you may have. But go ahead and again, send the comments in and enjoy. Go ahead, Victor.
All right, great, great. So that's a sign that you all know that we are live. So that we have it. So that's my information, if you can see it, and also that is my partner, business partner, Jamil. He's a financial professional, and he can be reached at the 601-572-4622. As you can see, his email address. All right. So but to get things started and to get the ball rolling here with our discussion, I would like to start with some statistics here. Um, so only about 51% of Americans report owning life insurance. So that's half of the population. That's a lot. Up to 42% of US adults, 102 million, that is, say they need more life insurance. 72% of Americans overestimate the cost of basic term policy, living benefits. Many don't realize that a life insurance policy you can pay while you're alive in case of illness. Income interruption risk. Nearly 30% of Americans will suffer from financial hardship. within 1 month of unexpected death of the wage earner. All right, so let me stop sharing. Those are a lot of stats right there to start the discussion. Life insurance is very important because, like I mentioned, it protects our paycheck. Let's say we get sick, and some of us, I didn't realize, and this goes part of the education. When I was educated through the financial literacy campaign, the workshops, I learned that there are financial vehicles that have living benefits. So basically, that that you don't have to die to wait until you're dead to actually enjoy the money. And so there is different types. There are a whole variety of different options. And the beauty of our campaign is that we focus based on your needs. And there are some myths also about insurance. But to kick us off, let's go ahead and Jamil, if you want to go ahead and share some of the experiences or your expertise on the topic, we can start formulating here a case for
Sure.
life insurance.
Sure. Well, first thing I would say is it definitely the education on how life insurance works is very, very fundamental. One, because majority of people, your stats just said that 51% of U.S. Families own life insurance. So that means that the other half don't. So if you look at it, it's literally like you're holding two hands in the balance here. And what are the people who don't? And what are the people who do? What's their thinking? What's their mindset? What's the reason the people who do and the people who don't? I was once the people who don't. And I could tell you one of the main things that came about in my community, or a common conversation, was, why would I pay for something that I can't use while I'm alive? What's the point? I could use that money and go to party, go eat, go to a movie, enjoy my life, versus worrying about things that don't matter when I'm not here. And mind you, that's a valid feeling, a valid point. But that is where, just like a pager used to be a phone, or it used to be the means of communication, and now we have text and instant message. Now I can even fly a drone to your house. So just like how everything else has evolved, life insurance itself has evolved. But unfortunately, a lot of people have not opened their ears back up to listening to the evolution. They think that when they hear the word life insurance, it's that thing that you just pay for, you don't get to use while you're alive. So I don't even want to listen to you. In fact, I'll lie to you and tell you that I got it already, I'm good. Or my parents got it, because we hear that our parents, maybe when we were babies, bought us a life insurance, and we kept hearing that all our life. And so even as adults, we figure, hey, mom and dad got it for me. What do I need to worry about it for? It's not important anyway. It's when I'm dead. But just a real case by case example, life insurance policies now, if you buy the right one, you can use it while you're alive. In fact, if you just have a life insurance policy that you can only use when you're dead, then it's not life insurance, it's death insurance. So stop giving it the wrong name. Stop calling a Toyota a Ferrari. That's not what it is. In fact, it's kind of disrespectful to the Ferrari owners out there. You calling my Toyota, my Ferrari a Toyota, because it's way better than that. And life insurance today is way better than how people are respecting it. They're disrespecting something that should get a lot of respect right now. Just in my case, I like to tell stories. Life insurance never, when you hear that topic or that conversation, it's never a good situation when life insurance comes save the day. Just like the superheroes that we grew up watching. We love Batman, we love Superman, but they're not coming unless a bank is getting robbed, a building is falling over, or an alien is coming to abduct and destroy the earth. So it's always a superhero needed when things are going bad. And that's what life insurance is. It's that superhero, when things are going bad. And it just takes, again, that knowledge of learning how living benefits work, how the right product can fit your situation. And it's not just, in one more thing, because this is a young person talking to you. I'm 31 years old today, so I guess I'm still considered a millennial. One of my first life insurance policy payout, that means that somebody passed away. He was a 21-year-old male. And that policy that I got for him was only $17 a month. But it was $250,000 of life insurance. And, you know, what mother thinks that they're going to bury their kid? But it was an accident, and resulted in him being killed by police trying to chase someone who was running from the police. And, you know, that family grew up in one of the poorest parts of the South. And, you know, all their life, you know, receiving government support and different things like that. And I changed their entire situation. And even still to this day, you know, I brought that family that check. You know, they were very grateful, but to this day, they're still, that mother, she still have not recovered yet from losing her baby. In fact, you know, even though I helped her, even though I was there for their family, I think there's still a side of her that resent me. Because even though, yes, you know, you brought this, but it was dealing in I, you know, you associate my face with that situation. And, you know, I'm still over the years, just, you know, sending flowers, sending birthday cards, but it takes people time to recover when losing a loved one, which is the equivalent of, like I said, the worst nightmare. And, you know, but thank goodness that they had that in place. But that's just a little story, you know, that I myself personally been through. And that was just my first year, man, my first year in the industry, man. And now I have to fight harder because there are a lot of parents out there. And, you know, I pretty much begged and pleaded, and you could say I, you know, annoyed her to get that protection on her son. She didn't want to, but that's what happened, you know. So life insurance, yes, if you understand how it works and how to apply it, you know, it's just about it being there for your family when you need it. It's not as expensive as you think. And once you learn how it works, I mean, there's life insurance for business owners. There's life insurance that gives tax deductions. There's life insurance that you could use for real estate. There's life insurance. I mean, it's so many different things that you can do out there with these products, Victor. So that's my little story.
Wow. Well, Jamil, well, you touching a lot, you know, a lot of points, very important. I mean, you kick it off by saying education, you know, and I couldn't agree more with you, because education, like for example, you know, I'm Spanish, and in the Spanish community, you know, now I think it's less, but before, you know, you mentioned life insurance, they say, oh, you wishing me death, or you know, you know, is when you talk about the mindset, or it can be like, oh, you just want to sell me something, you know. But yeah, education, because you know, let's take it back, because it is very important, and I'm passionate because I didn't realize, but just the fact that we have life insurance is to transfer the risk to a multi-million company, you know, because that's what I have done for my family. Just to put in an example, if I was to pass away and not be here, you know, my wife is going to be able to send my kid to college. The mortgage will be paid off, you know, and have those and that comes from a sense of love, you know, or not being selfish, you know, because that is very important. And I think it's interesting that you know, the law you know, requires every driver to have a you know, insurance in their car, right? However, you know, we are not required as human beings, or you know, individuals to have, but yes, these are very valid points. What do you think, Mr. Larry, on this on what has been shared so far?
Yes, and I totally agree with the Jamal. Speaking of that, the need for that, and also a lot of times before it actually used, and it's could be something that's what we pictured, something that horrible have to happen. But our audience, a lot of our audience, are trying to figure out ways to cover things such as needs and wants, and I think a larger portion of those that have, of course, you have income, you need to protect that, and we talk about the reasons why that you want to protect that income and protect that just in case there's a loss of income, the income earner. But yeah. Could we touch on how affordable is it, and also, what is an assurable amount for a particular situation?
Yeah, let's just say, for example, a 33-year-old. Let's just say a 33-year-old, healthy 33-year-old. There's basically two types of insurance. Either it's term or it's term with cash value. So if you understand what I mean, it's every policy ends. It's either going to end in 10 years or it's going to end when you're 100. That's what whole life, right? Ends at age 100, but it still ends. So it's all going to end. So it's all term, but either it has cash or it doesn't. And when you understand that, then you understand, how to purchase, how to buy. For a 33-year-old, $300,000 of life insurance for a healthy 33-year-old for 30 years runs you about $34 to $35 a month. I'm just looking at a quote earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, that's $1 a day. And even as you're getting older, for a 50-year-old, a healthy 50-year-old, $300,000 policy costs you about $55 to $60 a month. For 20 to 30 years, again, depending on the carrier that you're using, that's $2 a day. And the reason I'm just throwing that number, 300,000, because I grew up in Mississippi. That's where majority of my family, majority of my clients actually are. And if you think about it, median income in Mississippi is between $40,000 and $50,000, actually $30,000 and $50,000. So the average family should at least have $300K, which is 10 years of their income. But it's very affordable. But you just have to look at that question that you just asked. It's just about value. Because I know people who say that a $30 a month life insurance policy is expensive, but they're willing to spend, I don't know, $100 a week
on something else.
There you go. So it's just about what you prioritize, right?
Yes, and and I think that a lot to do with our mindsets. Individuals. I know I threw in that need and want, but they may think that protecting their investment or protecting their replacing their income is more of a luxury and not necessarily a need. And so I really enjoyed the story that you spoke of, the mother, that, had to take care of her son once he had passed away. But so many, it could go the other way as well when the parent, the breadwinner, and then there's young kids that have not completed college, or maybe I'm gonna use a military term, a surviving spouse that still have responsibilities in caring. And so we do, I think of course, we talk about legacy and things of that sort, but we're talking about survivalship of the people that you care about. And so speaking on that, how important it is to for individuals, especially the individuals that are in that income producing range, you bring in thinking about the people that rely on you being here and rely on your income to continue their standard of living. And so this investment And so I consider just like there's many people may not believe home ownership is an investment. They said no, they look at it as only for shelter but I think it's an investment in the future, for a wealth generation and things of that sort. Well, life insurance is considered, I think it is an investment in your future as well. And when you invest, it is a way of securing, building up secure funds for the time of need. So, what about not getting too steep, in an investment, but how about investing in the security of the future?
Yes.
How can we, I would think maybe the youth that may not, that the example of 21 year, I don't know how much younger you could be and not begin to start thinking about that. But our youth that are getting into, adulthood, I wish that I had you, Jamal, when I was at 19, 20, 21 years old to teach more about the importance of, investing in life insurance and not waiting until you're much decades later did it cost more to start that investment in. So share with our youth the importance of getting started early.
Yes. So I will say this as a former youth,
like 10
recent,
years ago, right?
Right. As a recent former youth, I will say this. I did not really care that much about my things outside of myself until I had children. So I wouldn't expect you, if as a youth right now hearing my voice, you probably like that old guy don't understand me. I understand. I was just you 10 years ago. Feel me for a second. You won't. It's like right now it's about you, me, my future. That's why they drink so much. That's why they turn up so much. I mean, let's just be honest. I've seen people take a whole bottle of anyway, it's crazy what we do to our liver when we're young, right? But I would just say this. If you are amongst those who are different, because I did not start in this industry married and with children. I was single and young and dumb, still not calling people dumb. I'm just saying young, running all over the place, not focused, not disciplined, no dress clothes, no shirt and ties. That was my swag. But what I will say for the young people who do have a different mindset, life insurance only has the only thing negative about life insurance is the cost. I just want to say that to young people. The only thing negative about life insurance is the cost. And it's nothing bad about cost. It's just the thing that unfortunately it based on your age and your health. So when you're older and not healthier, it is like, oh my God, I hate this company. I hate this product. Why? Because I got to pay this high rate and there's nothing I can do about it because it's just what it is. But if only somebody talked to me when I was younger, I would love it. So in my 20s, I've already secured over 2.5 million in life insurance on myself. For young people today, you can take advantage of prices, but you can also take advantage of rent. And here's what I mean when I say rent. When you buy permanent life insurance, ladies and gentlemen, when you really learn how this thing works and learn about building cash value, the fee that you pay for the insurance, I consider that your rent or your mortgage, right? We're talking about home ownership here. That's your mortgage. And guess what? The better your credit, the better your mortgage payment. And guess what your credit is when it comes to life insurance? Your health credit. And the younger you are, you start off with an 800, baby. But as that ticker keep on going and them birthday candles keep getting blown out, that credit score, aka health score, it go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And guess what you're gonna need? Credit repair. So if you can take advantage now while you're young, while your health credit is the highest, you get to go to the insurance company and negotiate. You get to negotiate with preferred elite rates. If you don't know what that is, that's like when you go to the bank and they just give you the car without running your credit. They don't even run it. They just say, Mr. Larry, here you go, the keys. Down payment, we'll give you $10,000 to take this $100,000 car because we know that you're good. That's the type of, and you know what? That's when the red carpet laid out for you. That's when you're a king. You're in luxury. That's how I want you to think about insurance planning. How do you think I feel as a married man with 2 children and a wife with all my stuff took care of? Do you know that now, because I've learned about it and got it done, I don't got to focus on it. A lot of people think that they're going to spend their whole life worrying about this insurance that they got over here, and they can't have fun. They can't save. They can't drink no more because they got to put the money to their policy. No, you can still have fun and enjoy your life, but you got to go ahead and get these things taken care of and get done out of the way. I feel like Victor said, it's a requirement to have car insurance, but it's not a requirement to have life insurance or to have yourself in order. But I think that it should be. And I think that, you know what? Don't wait for the government to tell you what you need to do. Everyone should start to self-educate. Man, they got ChatGPT, they got YouTube, all this information out here in the world. Everybody should self-educate and, man, put a different, a different, what do I call that? Your life,
priority,
not priority. I can't think of the word, but I'll think of it later. But it's just basically like the way you live your life, regardless of who's looking at you, your foundation, that your principles that you can't be shaken off of. I can't think of the word, man.
It'll come. Yes. But yes, and I know you mentioned about home ownership in there, and we are talking about insurance and then protecting that. There are, wow, I don't want to get too in a home. We went from the youth, but there's actually seniors when they and we'll talk about insurance and protecting the home. Can we talk about how important it is to continue, even if your home is paid off, is to continue to make sure that you have liability insurance on your property? You know, talk about the maybe the need and importance of protecting your property. There's options, you know, whether you cover certain items in your property, and what, you know, as your home is paid off, it's really optional for you as well. Not when you have a lender, of course, it's required. And so how is it important for us to protect that property?
Well, I think of it just like this. Insurance, as Victor explained earlier, is the transfer of liability. And I don't think anybody here wants to have liability, meaning that you have to come out of pocket for a big amount of money to replace something. Okay. I know a lot of people who pay their phone off and still have phone insurance because they might drop it and crack it. And they want to get it replaced, and they don't want to have to come out of pocket and buy a new one. I know a lot of people, even though they pay off their car, they still buy what? Liability, because just because your car paid off don't mean it ain't gonna get hit. And so it's the same thing with, like you said, protecting your home, having liability insurance in place. Always think of it like this. Can I pay a little bit so somebody else can pay a lot? Can you pay a little bit so somebody else can pay a lot? Would you rather pay a lot or a little bit? Everybody say, I'd rather pay a little bit. Well, that means that you would rather, or you are a person who believes in insurance and should have it. You know what? You know that there's no such thing as too much insurance. I've never heard anybody say, man, I got too much protection. Man, my house burned down. I had too much fire insurance. In fact, everybody that I know that have needed to use insurance, they always say, I wish I'd have got more when they gave me a chance. And but again, that is where the workshops that Victor's telling you about at the beginning, you know, it takes education. I praise those workshops. I've been in this campaign since February 2016. And every week that I've been here, since I've been here, guess what I've been doing every week? I'm a student of financial literacy. So yes, I'm here today talking to you, but guess what I'm doing tomorrow at 2 p.m.? I'm teaching a workshop on investment securities, showing people how to invest in the stock market and how to dollar cost average and how to diversify portfolio. How did this I'm not young anymore, but this kid, how is he teaching about finance? Well, that's because every year for almost the past 10 years, I've been applying myself. I've been studying. I've been learning. And then when I learn, I go apply. And then I go have conversation. And that's the thing, too. a lot of us aren't talking about this stuff. We kind of keep it in, and you'll secretly go, well, to the internet, and then you'll watch this live, right? And this will be like your first time even hearing about finance or hearing about insurance. But then guess what you don't do after? You don't go talk to anybody. You don't do anything about it. It's just quiet. It's more of like one of those, in our community, what do they call it? Where like you don't really talk, a taboo topic. And we got to untaboo certain things. You need professional help to purchase your insurance. Even though you can't get on Facebook right now, and they got policies on Facebook. You can get on YouTube and buy life insurance right now. Everything's on AI, but a computer don't understand you.
Right.
And it take another person who's been where you are, because at the end of the day, a robot could do surgery, but do you trust a robot to do surgery on you? I mean, really, let's just be honest. We all love technology, but you go there and there's a robot like, today I'm going to cut you. Do you honestly feel comfortable in that room? You're like, oh my God.
Yes. Yeah. And so talking of insurance, when should parents start having that discussion with the kids? When they should understand something about insurance? When they start talking to them?
I think that as the parent, you make sure you get the life insurance on them soon as the Social Security comes. A lot of parents don't know that. Get it as soon as the Social Security number comes in. Get your child a policy. I protected my daughters with $500,000 the moment that they were born, and plan to add another $500,000 because if they're young, the mortgage is cheaper. Let's go ahead and get it for them while they're healthy. I believe that parents should have that talk with children honestly, as soon as they can comprehend it. Financial literacy should start early. You teaching them how to count. You're teaching them numbers, letters. You got to also teach them about, hey, it's estate planning. What happens? How do we make sure that if mommy and daddy, if something happened and we're not here, that you're taken care of? We gotta, because we don't talk to them about it, and then when it happens, it's inevitable, and then they're exposed to it, and there's no support. My parents never sat down with me and talked with me about that, but it was through this conversation we're having now that I brought my parents together. And remember, I'm the oldest of 13. And even on my parents, see, when you're young, parents need to have the conversation with their child like my parents told me. Something happens, there's a black box under the bed, open it, call this number. Start like that, right? Know who to call if there's an emergency. But then as I got older and learned financial literacy, I realized I have a responsibility as a child to make sure I show up when something happened to my parent. So I can't depend solely on them having their own stuff together, because what if they don't have it together? Then I'm messed up going into the situation. So what I decided to do is protect my parents. And as children, you do need to educate yourself on insurance, because you probably, more than likely, again, everybody different, but majority of the parents that raised my generation, they're not doing well financially right now. They're 50 and 60s and they're struggling still. My parents are too. So they can't afford $300, $400, $500 a month to pay for a decent sized life insurance policy at their age. But if they got 3-4 children who can split $125 each, then we can provide a protection for them. So if something happened, since it's going to fall on us anyway, now it's not going to fall on us. It's going to rest on us.
Yes. And I don't, because I have relatives that are listening to our live shots, and I'll mention my Uncle Sam. And so some people talk about their Uncle Sam and be talking about the federal government, but my Uncle Sam was a mortician. And so he taught me, he didn't really have to sit down and show me a policy or read a book or anything to me, but the conversations that he had, at the funeral home or sometime in the morgue, and just a few words he would say that sort of like, stuck, like, no, you're not going to let this happen to you or your family. And so I would say learn from these situations with families, and you see young and old that things are happening, and it sets a family back. It really sets you way back. And just a little bit of a few things that you can do to prepare for that. And it do not have to be outrageous. It do not. You have a affordability. You have a budget, and you see the Jamal at this young age of 31 preaching to you, telling you it's a necessity. And he says, start as soon as you get a Social Security number. So please start. Hey, Jamal, what, I know some people think you can get overly insured and things like that, but what would be, and I know you gave a number or anything, but it may not be on each person because
Correct.
From Arkansas and some. What would be adequate coverage for a breadwinner?
Got you. Okay, let's look at it like this. Okay, it's for, and honestly, it depends on if you have young children and people who depend on you or not. Okay, so if your children are young and you're married, your relationship is still young, your wife not the baller. I'm just talking. Okay, let's talk from a husband with a wife and kids, and he make the most money. So that means without him, wife, he gonna have to get a second job. Talking to that situation right there. 4 things that you need to think about. Number 1 is your income. Number 2 is your debt. Number 3 is your house. And number 4 is your children's college. Income, debt, house, college. Simple. And for your income, however old your youngest child is and how long it's going to take for them to be 18 is how many years of life insurance that you should have of your income. How many years of your income, okay? So your child's 8 years old, they're going to be 18 in 10 years. So you should have at least 10 years of your income in insurance. So if I make $30,000 a year, I need to have $300,000 for my income to be replaced in my insurance. So $300K. Next is my debt. However much debt you got, line that up in there so that one check can pay all the debt off if something happens. Whatever your mortgage is, put that in there so that we could pay the house off. And however much it costs to send your children to school for 4 years, right now, just say $60K per child should be allocated per child. And you do the math on that. That's how much life insurance that you should buy if you're in that situation. Now, let's say not married, you're grown, all the kids grown, it's just you, whether it's man or woman. I look at it like this. Number 1, if nobody's dependent on you, so that's why I say it depends on where you are in life. If no one's dependent on you, why do you need to leave money behind? At that point, it's a want, it's a luxury. So for example, you're a grandparent and you got grandkids. You don't need to leave them nothing, but you want to because you love them. And so you would buy life insurance, you would inconvenience yourself and pay for a policy on Social Security, on a fixed income, just because you want to leave something for your grandbaby. It is not because you need it, it's because you want it. People will do crazy things when they want something. But what you need, bare minimal, is to make sure that you have enough to bury yourself for a funeral. And if you can, if your health allow you, also to include your debt as well, so that can go with you and be taken care of, which is probably less than $100,000 for most people that are, in their 50s and up. Probably you don't have any debt. All the grandkids grown, you got a couple of them you like, a couple of them you don't. You only pretty just need maybe 15, 25,000, 30,000, sufficient. You don't got to go broke paying for life insurance. But there's a point in your life where you should have a lot. And it's usually when you're younger. And it's usually when it doesn't cost that much. And if it does cost a lot, stop eating so much. Cut down your weekly grocery bill. Most people spend majority of their money on food.
Food, and that's probably going to kill them too. Depends on what they're eating.
Cut your grocery bill.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I love the discussion. There has been a lot said, so I just want to take a moment and rewind some of the main points. Larry, you asked a really good question because I think it is a common myth when the conversation is brought up about life insurance. A lot of people is, oh, that's expensive, you know. But like Jamil say, you know, the industry is very competitive. In order to stay competitive with different carriers, they have upgraded, like Jamal say, from the beeper to now the iPhone, the iPhone Pro 17, just to put it in perspective with all, yeah, with all, it's upgraded, right? So one of the things that was also mentioned is young folks. They are juvenile policies. And with cash value, and the younger that you start, the more chances. I always say, man, I wish I had known this information 20 years ago. I would be in better in better shape, ahead, because time is a very important factor that we cannot buy, right? When it comes to investments, and so that is something that we have to consider. The young folks, because there is financial instruments within the finance industry, within the insurance, that give you growth, safety, tax advantage, living benefits, and I mean, we don't like to think about this, but that's there too. That is there too, but just in case. Or like bringing back to a topic, if we get sick, if we get disabled, or how do we recoup? So those are some very important topics that to add to the conversation here.
Great. All right. Well, I really enjoyed the discussion, and Jamal really
So hello,
really
can
delivering it out there, and I'm quite sure our audience got a lot. And so definitely our audience there, you see that there are experts here in the community, and that are looking out for your welfare and your well-being. Again, we home ownership, financial stability, and taking care of yourself and your family. And so to secure that, we definitely want you to be educated. This is the empowerment so that you will protect your investment, and you are assets. So definitely take care of your income replacement for your family. And so in closing here, any last words, Jamal or Victor? And also definitely share with our audience how they can get more information, get in contact with you.
Yeah, nothing else for me.
Okay.
I enjoyed I enjoyed coming out. This was fun. It's always fun talking about the uncomfortable things. And I just do hope that, people take a more, what do I call it, more fun approach to this. It doesn't have to be so serious. It doesn't have to be so negative. It's a positive thing. And once you got it done, you can walk with your head up higher. Yeah. So thank you.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you.
and from my point, I would like to say that it's all about education. Because they, typically, some families that I come across, they bought a policy and they stick it up in the closet, and they don't know, and they don't even want to look at it. They're not sure what they have. So it might be worth taking a look at. Do you have the right coverage? Has your situation changed? Every year with our clients, we try to keep up with them and see, do they have a new child, a new event in life that we need to adjust. So that's very important to keep. And maybe we need to do an upgrade. So that's something that you might want to look into that as well. But I would like to also invite everyone, like I say, Jamil and I are part of the Financial Literacy Campaign. And our mission is to educate 30 million families by year 2030. And it is very powerful workshops. You learn anything from basic budgeting to all the way to investment to Social Security and anything else in between. So I encourage you to contact us so we can get you more information. And let me just go ahead and share our contact information, just in case somebody wants to get in contact with us here.
Great.
All right, so let's see.
Okay, it's coming. It was at one time.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oops. We do that one more time. Here we go. Okay, I think you can see that's Jamil's information. And like I mentioned, his phone number, his email address, contacting, he is really good. Being in the industry with a lot of experience, and he loves helping people, as well as myself. That is my contact information, and we'll be happy to invite you check our workshops. Our goal is to empower you and to increase your knowledge and to help you out and answer any questions that you might have.
All right. And I know you guys heard Jamel say my pager. And so that's my page there. Don't put ER on there. That's my page and not pager. And so that brought back some memories there. but I really appreciate that. And I really like the idea of, reference to technology and the change of life events and things of that sort. So maybe look at what you already have. If you are protected, then it's good to take a look. If you have had a life event, and talk to those that are out there every day, protecting our family and their well-being, so that they can guide you in the right direction. All right, I want to continue to follow us on social media. Check out our website. That's at firsthomealliance.org. And we look forward to seeing you on Monday morning at 7:15 for yoga. And so get yourself in the right frame of mind in the morning, and you can review the tapes at any time. And we'll see you again next Thursday at 7 p.m. Here, Victor will be back again next week. Next week, we're going to talk about investment basic. And so we're covering the whole circle of things in reference to financial literacy, to stabilize you and your family in a financial environment. And so we look forward to you joining us again next week. And we'll see you next time. You have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Victor.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.